Welcome, cari amici sportivi. Yes, sir, it's TVP with a fresh new haircut. Thank you to Chico and Crystal Cuts. Guys, yes, I'm alive. Yes, I'm here, the local soccer show, for a very, very important interview that we are recording earlier just because of time constraints from our fantastic guest who gave us some time, a friend of the show. It's good. We're going to be talking TELUS Canadian Championships. It's something historic for local soccer here in Montreal, especially Ville Saint Laurent. So I hinted at who that guest is going to be. Guys, we can't start the local soccer show without thanking our sponsors, Evangelista Sport. Guys, it's that time, guys. Soccer starting, the outdoor season, the grass or the turf is smelling fresh. So, guys, check out evangelistasports.com. For anything you need in terms of soccer apparel. They're the Mecca, guys. They have everything. Fantastic Euro gear coming in for the Euros this summer. They have Canadian national stuff. They have Serie A, EPL, La Liga. You name it, they have it. Shoes, shin pads, and also for any local soccer club looking for an athletic apparel sponsor or partner, Evangelista Sports, your time to be. Guys, Presidente has me on the clock. Our fantastic guest has me on the clock. We're going to play the intro, and then I'm going to bring him in. Guys, a fantastic welcome to a returning guest, his third cap, if I'm not mistaken, on the local soccer show. Just as many, if not more, than the caps that he's had with the Canadian national team. My dear friend from a long, long time ago, Mr. Rocco Placentino. Welcome to the show, sir.
Hi, how are you, Steve?
Very good, very good. Thank you for being on the show today, Rocco. I explained to you before we got on, so everybody knows. Guys, when I switch to the upstairs podcast location, it's to give positive vibes. That's why we have my wife's evil eye painting over there. That's terrible, but it's been good luck to a lot of guests, and I felt like today I needed to give that luck to Rocco and the boys at Ville Saint Laurent. Who are on a fantastic adventure. I will not explain the adventure. I will let you, Mr. Placentino, explain this adventure to everybody who's listening to the show.
Yeah, thank you, Steve. Yeah, it's a big day for our local club, CS Saint-Laurent, and only club representing League One, which is our semi-pro league in Quebec. So basically, the winners of the last season play into the TELUS Canadian Championship playoffs, let's say, a tournament. And tonight we face the Halifax Wanderers from the CPL. So it's a semi-pro team against a professional team. We are currently in Halifax. The game is tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's on Fubo TV and on One Soccer. It's a tournament that's been going on for years. So basically, it's a round of 16, a one-legger. So we, because we're lower class as a semi-pro team, we play in Halifax. The CPL professional team hosts us. If we win, or when we win tonight, we play against Toronto FC, home and away, May 8th in Montreal at Centre Robillard, which for me brings back extreme memories, great memories as a rookie for the Montreal Impact. That's where I used to play my games. And then the return game is, I believe, the 22nd or 23rd of May in Toronto. But I don't want to jump the gun. To be honest, it's a big game for us tonight. Not going to be easy for sure. We're playing against the professional side, so we're definitely the underdogs. But like we keep on telling the boys, we have nothing to lose, all to gain, and embrace this historical moment for our club. To try and have this first time ever a Quebec semi-pro team past the first round of the Canadian Championship. Never been done. It came close to Blainville a couple of years ago, which they came really, really close, but didn't make it. So for us, it's we want to see if we could, Saint Laurent, we're special when it comes to these things. So we want to see if we could make a big splash tonight here in Halifax.
And I've been doing the local soccer show, like for the longest time, and I have the utmost respect for Ville Saint Laurent, what you guys have done as a club, building it, and what you've done. I don't shy away from the work that you put in, and congratulations on being there. And let's have this continue for you guys. But if I could ask you again from myself, the point of just your regular fan that's going to be watching the game tonight for sure, what's the vibe for these young guys, because they are young men that are walking into something that some may have, but some may not have ever experienced this. And yourself and your experience at the pro level, how do you help them, and what's the vibe, and how do you help them?
The vibe is extremely positive, very excited. Um, they understand that for them this is like going on American Idol and performing. It's really that, and they're on a big stage. For them, it's their biggest stage that they could make for themselves at their level. Um, I think Quebec in general, Steve, have phenomenal soccer players, and I'm not just talking about our club. I talk about clubs in general. Um, we have a lot of talent in this province, and hopefully tonight, our players from our club, we have 6 homegrown players that are from Saint Laurent, the semi-pro team, and then the rest are all players that believed in our club and believed in our project. And from the coaching staff to the GM Mateo Cabanetes, for what they put together is fantastic. So um, for them, they know they have the jitters. It's normal. They want to perform. They want to overperform, which is not what I want them to do. I just want them to be them. And a lot of these players, Steve, it's like us growing up in RDP, street boys, right? In the parks, in the alleys. So they've been through so much adversity in their lives growing up. And you know what I mean, Steve, right? We've had a lot of colleagues of ours growing up where we saw it was very tough for them growing up. And a lot of these players went through that. So I really wish them the best, and I really hope that they could open the eyes of certain people in the soccer world.
Yeah, and like you said there, and I agree with you 100%. Everybody has a story, everybody has a background. This is a stage for these young men to perform at a very high level on a national stage, and for a tournament, that like you said, this is going to be uh, when successful. This is going to be a historic moment for soccer in our province. Uh, Talk about a little bit about the journey, right? So the semi-pro league with Ville Saint Laurent is a lot of work, So give some people, not the whole story, but just how much is put into it, because we tend to get trapped in this mindset where, oh, local soccer, yes, it's grassroots, but now where Ville Saint Laurent has reached with the semi-pro team, it's a different beast, a different animal.
So semi-pro has been existing since 2012. I actually played in it for 2 years when I retired as a pro, and we had a lot of there's 3 players on this team that when they were 16, 17, 18 years old were crying for a semi-pro team in Saint Laurent. And at the time, we weren't ready because you know how I am, Steve. If I do something, I do it at 100%, and I'm committed 100%. So for us, it was a struggle because I want to make sure that if I do put a semi-pro team for Saint Laurent, it's done in a way where it's going to last and it's going to be very productive and to win. Because when you're at the semi-pro level, yes, it's about development still because you still have young players, but it's about winning. And if there's one thing our club knows how to do is win. And that's at the younger level. So to do that at the higher level, you got to be ready. So it took me time, but I found 2 partners in Sammy Fruits and Crevier that basically became partners with the club to support us financially. And second year in the league, we won it. We didn't win it. We killed it, to be honest. And even though, regardless of what happens tonight, Steve, um, we're gonna do it again next year. Like that's how strong our team became, and it came to prove to those players that were so unhappy not having semi-pro back in the day. We told them go play somewhere else, and when we're ready, we'll call you to come back. And that's exactly what happened. So to know that there's some of those players that are playing on this team tonight and are starting in the game tonight is I get goosebumps. Like my hands are sweaty for them because I know that they're capable. We have, like I said, a ton of talent on this team, and I really hope that they show the soccer world what the amateur players are capable of doing.
Nice. And you said that this now is this journey that these guys are on, and you brought up an interesting point that I think, you know, again, not hiding the fact that we talk more often now than we did in the past, and we shared the same views on things. How important was it for you to be able to accomplish this and say, you know what, guys, the best thing for you right now, because a lot of local soccer clubs have a trouble doing this right now. This is not the best place for you. Go apply your trade, get better somewhere else, and then when the time is right, come back. How proud are you of the club and the people involved to get these guys back?
For us, Steve, our girls program in the past was very weak, and we've had some stellar players. Not many, but they were really good soccer players. And we told them go to Lakeshore, go to here, go to there, because we didn't have the product. Right today, the product's there for both, and it's not even us asking them to come back. They know where we are. The door is always open in our club, especially when it comes to kids. If you're not happy in the club, or if we think you could excel somewhere else, we're going to be the first ones to tell you, but we'll be also the first ones to take you back, right? So for us, I tell you this all the time, Steve, we run our club like a family. Honestly, there's good times, there's bad times, but a lot more good times than there's bad times, right? So for us to have the semi-pro team and eventually, hopefully, have it for the girls next year, because the girls, we've been asking for it for the last 3 years. It hasn't been granted from Soccer Quebec. So hopefully next year we have it. Hopefully next year we're gonna have a girls semi-pro, because I believe that the girls soccer is just as important, if not more important, than boys soccer. That's for sure.
Amazing, amazing initiatives, Rock, on that front. But let's take it to game day now. We're gonna focus on this game day now. We asked you what's the vibe. For someone who's never lived this, can you take us through today for the boys and the coaching staff? Like what's going on? Like I see you, I know you, Rock. I know you, and I know that the butterflies are there. So if the butterflies are there for you, I could imagine they're there for the boys.
Yeah, the team is focused. They had their breakfast. They had their team walk. They had the defensive meeting. They had the midfield meeting. They had the striker meeting. They had the set plays meeting. They had the full team meeting. They're eating lunch as we speak. Bus leaves to go to the stadium at 4:45. Get there around 5:15. And yeah, the mood is very tense. Of course, it's normal. I'm not gonna hide that. I actually have a video that we put together for the boys. They're not aware of it yet, but it's like the little cherry on the cake. We got a lot of our young players, boys and girls, set up videos, videos saying the players' names. Go Saint-Laurent. We have messages from important people in the soccer world, like guys like Patrice Bernier, guys like Nick DeSantis, Moise Bombito, Mo Farsi from Columbus. So it's just like a final, like, validation of people that believe in us. And I hope they take all of this and they just put it towards playing well for them, the team, and not only for themselves. Because like I said, I know they're on a stage, but they're on a stage with another 10 players, right? So they got to go to battle together, and they're very capable. Honestly, Steve, when I tell you that this team is very talented, I don't say it because it's Saint Laurent. It's just very talented, and I really believe that they're ready for this game. I really are. I really
Yeah.
am.
And I totally believe you. And one question that I was curious, because I follow you guys on social media and saw you guys walk the pitch. You know, it's the ever-ending debate: turf versus natural grass. Zone Saint Laurent does play on turf, and now you're going to be playing on natural grass. How does that change? Does that change, first of all, any of the game plans? And does that change how the players approach this game? Like I know they've played on grass before, but now not only are they on a huge stage, but a huge stage that they're really not used to playing on.
So, great question. The way I'm going to answer this is the way I believe I would approach it as a player. And I'm sure they will as well, because they mentioned it in the meeting. So it's normal the first 10, 15, 20 minutes of the game. Usually we love playing out of the back. We play a nice brand of football. Um, they're gonna, be very cautious on it being grass, which means that it's not completely leveled. So the first 10, 15 minutes, they're gonna know, they're gonna have to realize how to love that ball on their touches with grass. So the first 10, 15 minutes probably won't be the most prettiest because of that reason. But with time, they're gonna adjust their cleats, the way their settings are in terms of placing their feet on the ground, touching that ball, releasing that ball with the skid, without the skid, with the bounces, without the bounces, and they'll go back to be playing their brand. But for sure, the first 15, 20 minutes, it's about an adjustment. But at this level, Steve, a player, if you want to be at a high level, you gotta take whatever comes your way. Rain, snow, turf, grass, mud, sand, the terra battuta, whatever it is, you adjust and you make the best out of it.
Yeah, this is going to be an exciting time and an exciting game for you guys. A couple of last questions because I know you really have to run. One is, how do you handle the outside noise, right? The outside noise. You are playing in Halifax. From the size of the stadium, I'm not going to pretend to know that the actual size, but it will be full of Halifax fans cheering on their team. Probably more so than these guys have ever seen before. How do you take that pressure on? And two, what about like local soccer in Halifax? Is that something that is the city of Halifax around in terms of media and so on and so forth in terms of coverage?
So, look, to answer your first question, we're playing in Halifax. They have a very good fan base here. I watch a lot of CPL games, and I have to hand it to them. They do a fantastic job on having people come to the stadium. They're saying between 4 and 5 thousand people tonight. Saying it and seeing it are two different things. We got to see it. But for us, we told the boys they're aware that they're going to be heckled, they're going to be harassed verbally. That's part of the sport, right? But like I said, there's so much character on this team with guys that have been through so much stuff in their lives that I don't think that's going to phase them, to be honest. Secondly, local soccer in Halifax, I don't know about it. I don't know if it exists. I don't know how good they are. The only thing I could tell you is that the players that are on our semi-pro team are all from Montreal, Quebec. The ones that are from Halifax are from all over Canada. So that's a big difference. And my point in this is that we have local products. And tonight we're going to showcase what Quebec players are all about.
That's interesting. Something that it's lost a bit in translation with these types of games, where sometimes the cupboard is a little bit more full on the other side in terms of just where they can pick from and where Ville Saint Laurent has chosen to pick from, right? So, you know what, Rocco? I think that this is a platform for you guys, and a well-deserved one, right? Because you did a lot of work, you did a lot of great things for not only local soccer, now semi-pro, for these guys and these kids and these coaches. If we go to the coaches now, just quickly, another 5 minutes for us, what's their mindset? Like, there's so much preparation that goes into this. What's their mindset in this walk up to this fantastic game that's going to be happening tonight?
Steve, we have a fantastic crew. Honestly, we have, I believe, with the physio, 10 staff members. We run it like a pro team. We have whoever takes care of the forwards, takes care of the defense, video analysis, head coach, two assistants. Like, they prepare themselves so well. Like, I see them here and they have laptops all over the place. It's like they're working at Best Buy. Like, there's laptops everywhere, and all they're doing is getting ready for this game. Chopped up different sequences of Halifax players, individual, group, set plays. Like, we've seen so much footage on Halifax themselves that we probably know what to eat for breakfast. So I have to really, um, shout out to all the coaching staff. Um, Mateo, the general manager, he's a volunteer, and what he's done with this group is fantastic. Then we have Nick, the head coach, Rampton, Jesse, Ryan, Antonio, Alessandro, Laura. We have the physio, Damiano. We have Kwame. Kwame's my boy since day one. and it's just our physical preparator Yandri. Like it's a family. Steve, honestly, man, like I see these guys together, and they're probably 10 different nationalities. That's the beauty of it, and they're all from here. They're all from Quebec. So for me, the work that these guys put in it. I know we're talking about the players, but if these players succeed tonight, chapeau to the whole staff. Really, chapeau to them.
Rocco, I want to thank you so much for taking this time. I know you're very, very busy and a very, very busy media day for you. So check out your social media for Rocco on other platforms. You know, the local soccer show, we're all about spewing out whatever we can in terms, and Rocco will be a very busy man today. Rocco, just leave everybody with some last words, you know, where they could watch the game and some words for encouragement that maybe you could use, they can use, and you could put my fat face on the TV for a little bit of a hype me up.
Look, the game is on One Soccer. It starts at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's also on Fubo, which is One Soccer translates to watch the game also on Fubo. We're actually showing the game at our complex. We rented a big projector at 6 p.m. On the soccer field, so it's open to anybody from anywhere. You don't have to be from Saint-Laurent. You could be from any club you want, or just a regular soccer fan and go watch the game. Um, for me, it's I think Quebec soccer has to realize what product we have, and I'm not talking about just Saint Laurent. In general, in soccer in Quebec, we have good product. And for the youngsters out there, if you could watch this game tonight, do so, because one day it could be you. And just encourage our local team, whether it's Saint Laurent, whoever plays in these games. You're wearing one jersey. It's a Quebec jersey today, right? And at the end of the day, we want to represent our city and our province the best as possible. And we just hope that people are out there backing us up. And I have to tell you, Steve, I've gotten text messages in the last 48 hours from people I haven't spoken to in years, so of words of encouragement. So for me, it's a great moment for the club. I'm gonna guarantee embrace this moment, and hopefully play against Toronto FC next week. That's how I look at this, Steve.
Excellent. And from everybody here at Milan Weekly Podcast, the local soccer show, coast to coast, we wish Ville Saint Laurent and the boys, the coaching staff, yourself, the best of luck. Uh, Guys, go out, represent Quebec, bring home. You're not bringing home anything. Bring home that Quebec pride, and let's go see. Let's go down that 401 to Toronto, and let's have a little date with TFC. That would be great. Rocco, I want to thank you once again for being on the show. Stick around, guys, and please check out this, share it. It'll be on later on today. And thank you, Rocco, again.
Thank you, Steve. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Take care.